Hey guys, someone asked me for a tutorial on like how to do stuff on Blurrr, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. Okay, so here's the settings I do for all of them. I call it the same name every time. I do the Instagram 1:1 ratio. I do for my resolution 1080, and for my frame rate I do 30. So here I'm showing you if a clip is too big, how to get it to fit the area and not have any black space. So it's better for the quality. All right, now here I'm doing my zooms. I go to transform for an FX, and then I go to scale, and I add my keyframes. So one in the middle, one at the end, and one in the beginning. I said that out of order, but I don't care. Yeah. And then I'm changing the scale to 130 on both of them, and then I'm adding the zoom quart out in the first one and quart in on the second one. So here's what that would look like. All right, now this is the second zoom. I go to effects, and then I go to transform again. And I, again, go to scale and add my keyframes. So one in the middle, one at the beginning, one at the end. But this time, instead of zooming in on the middle keyframe, I do it on both the end and outer ones. So I do 130 on both of the scale things, and then I do that in the beginning and at the end. And then I do the same keyframes as the first clip. Now it looks like this, and you repeat this for all your clips. Now this is how to do a slide transition. You go to effects, transform again, and you, instead of scale, you go to position, put one keyframe at the end and then one kind of close to that one. And then with the end keyframe, you would move it to, I always do about 25 on like the first little box. And then you would do the graph circle. Now at motion blur 360, I would also add motion tile in effects and go to tile so it's smoother. Great. Now for your second clip, go to transform again, and on position, add a keyframe at the beginning and one close to that. And then, so for the beginning one, you're going to go to -25 or negative whatever number you did. And then the graph, just copy mine because it's not a specific one. Okay, great. And then here's how it should look. And then you add, obviously, motion blur, and then add the motion tile too. Okay, so that was a side-to-side slide. Now I'm going to do up and down. You're going to transform, position, keyframes at the end, and then like the same as you did last time. And then this one, you're going to go to Y instead of X. And I did 25 again, or positive 25. You do whatever. And then I did circle. And then for my, I also zoomed in a little bit, but whatever. On my second clip, you're going to do transform again, position, and you're going to do the same keyframes that you did last time for the second clip. Y, and you're going to go negative or whatever your number you did. I did 25, so I did that. And then copy my graphs, and then here's what it should look like. And you're going to add your motion blur and your motion tile. That's all for transitions, okay? Bye, guys. I'll make another video if you guys want me to about, like, anything else.